What's going on, trillionaires? We are back. Let's try this again, y'all.
One
So
more
let's go and
again.
see let favor do what it do. I got a very special guest on tonight's Trill Talk Show, where we keep everything true and real. We got the great. Let's go see something real quick. Invite. Let's go see something here. All right. Jacob, much better, huh? Okay, yeah, nah, we good, we good. All right, cool, perfect. So, guys, welcome to tonight's Trill Talk with Jeff Trills. I am Jeff Trills, and we have a special guest today. So, welcome to the show. All right, let's go here and do this. Boom. So, welcome to Trill Talk with Jeff Trills. I am your host, Jeff Trills, and every time I do these shows, it's designed to keep everything true and real. That's what Trills is all about, keeping things true and real. So tonight we got a mother of one superstar out of New York City who's a realtor, and she decided to join MWR Financial. And since she's got started with us, she's been hitting the floor, rocking it out, and talking to other agents to let them know there is a better way to actually do real estate. Okay, because as you know, in the real estate game, you as good as your last deal, right? And so if you are a realtor and say you sold so many homes over the year to make your income for the year, guess what? In order to make that same income next year, you got to sell or rent out the same amount of homes next year. But what Kim saw with this program, and I don't want to speak for her, but I know what she saw with this program was a way to get generational income happening while building her real estate portfolio. So I'm gonna move out the way and I'm gonna introduce you guys to one of my super rock stars in MWR Financial, real estate extraordinaire, Miss Kimberly Powe out of New York City, my state, my borough. So welcome.
Brooklyn,
Well, she's not
baby.
from my borough, but she's from my state,
Brooklyn.
out in Brooklyn. Welcome to the Trillionaire Talk Show, Kimberly Powe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for the invite.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. I
So,
had to. I had to. No, we just got a call with her team, and she did something that brought her team out of their shell. And so, what better way to bring people out their shell by her being the example first? That's why I had to have her on the Troy Talk Show
ha.
tonight. So, Kim, I want to ask you, Kim, what was it? What made you join MWR Financial?
Oh, man. Well, I am a big advocate on financial literacy, financial education, empowering people. I came from another company where, I actually learned a lot from that company. But what I felt was missing was people not having the time or the desire to put in the work. So when I heard about MWR and everything that it was offering, the instant pay raise, the debt elimination, the credit restoration, wealth strategies, which was missing from the other company, it was a no-brainer for me, especially with experts actually taking over and doing these things for people. One of my challenges was, I'm not an expert. I learned a lot by watching videos and participating in training calls, but the reality is that's not my expertise. My expertise is real estate. So I could talk to you all day about that. When it comes to me, helping people adjust their W-4 and things like that, there were times I was a little sketchy. So actually being paired with experts, knowing that I can refer my clients to this type of service was a no-brainer for me.
Phenomenal. So now, and I'm glad you said that because what we do, we have experts here, right? And they simply allow us to move out the way and let the experts do what we aren't doing. Now, let me ask you a question. In the real estate world, do you guys track your expenses? Do you guys track what you've made and what you earn when you close your deals?
That's a good question. We are supposed to, but the reality is that some agents don't. A lot of agents don't. Another reality is, as real estate agents, we're always inquiring about credit and income. But the truth is, some real estate agents have crappy credit, because we're strictly commission. We're living from deal to deal. So it puts us in a bad position sometimes. So one of the other advantages that MWR offers is us also being able to use the services to, brighten up our financial picture. So in addition to plugging our clients into these amazing services, we're also able to take advantage and use them for ourselves. So yes, we can track our expenses using TaxBot. Yes, while we're out on the field doing what we do, our credit is being restored. We're getting help with debt elimination. And let's not talk about retirement. When you're a real estate agent, we don't have a 401k. So one of the advantages with MWR is partnering up with the wealth strategist and now putting us on a plan for retirement. So that's a big, big advantage. And we can't forget about the guaranteed residual income, but we'll talk about that later, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. And so what have you experienced since you've been in MWR Financial with the clients that you have, right? What have you experienced with the clients that you have or the realtors that you came across in regards of this membership and this services and this business?
Well, the one thing that it's done for me is it's enabled me to actually build out my pipeline. So I'm here in New York. Credit is everything when it comes to even getting an apartment, much less, let's not even talk about buying a house. We'll talk about that in a minute. But just to get an apartment, you have to have good credit. And what's happening with gentrification is a lot of people are having to move unexpectedly, and their credit is not to par where they can get approved. So with MWR, I could put them into the system, into our program, and they'll sit in there for a few months, while their credit is being restored, while they're getting an instant pay raise, which is money that they can use to move, and it just prepares them for the next step in their life, which is unfortunately having to relocate, and sometimes against their will, but again, that's another story. But yeah, it's helped me tremendously by building out my pipeline.
Awesome. I mean, that's powerful to build out the pipeline, because as a realtor, you want to have some retirement, right? And the cool thing about MWR Financial is that we have a side what we call guaranteed income, where you can start to generate residual income, where to the point where the company says if you don't make it, they'll pay it. Now, when they said that, and when we talk about the residual income here versus residual income in real estate, what as a realtor, what kind of residual income do you guys have currently?
There is none. There is no residual income in real estate. Absolutely not. If you want to continue to make money in real estate, you have to close a new deal. There's absolutely no residual. So that was a big, big draw for me, was as I'm working my real estate business, as I'm helping people better their financial picture, while mine is also being improved, I'm also able to grow a substantial guaranteed residual income. That's powerful. Very powerful.
That's shocking to me, because we all in our society, in the community, everybody talks about real estate, right? I want to be a realtor. I want to be a realtor. And real estate agents aren't y'all commission based only?
Yeah, absolutely. Commission based only.
Now, and I know there's the success rate of a realtor. Do you know if there's more people having success being a realtor than not?
The funny thing is, I'm often asked, is that all you do? Are you able to make a living with real estate? And I'm one of the very fortunate agents where I do make a living from real estate. But a lot of agents don't. There's a lot of agents that come in, they'll get their license. It's not what they thought. They quit. But again, I'm very blessed and thankful. I'm one of the ones that can make an income, but it's not a residual income. So I have to continue to every day go out, show apartments, show homes, rent or sell, or, list homes. So no, it's no residual unless you're a landlord, and that can even be a little tricky here in New York.
Right, because you was actually blessed to do an event in New York, and shout out to Bethany. Yes, no residual income and no leverage in real estate. You're correct. So, the cool thing about this is you was actually, because of MWR Financial, you had a stop renting seminar in New York City, and you were able to invite out some of your landlord friends, right? What's so cool about this is when me learning new, even landlords have trouble, getting their residuals from their tenants. Is that not true?
It is very true, especially here in New York. They just changed the laws where landlords are now, it used to take 6 months in New York for you to evict someone, and they now increased it to a year. So a landlord could potentially have a tenant living in their property, not paying rent for an entire year.
Whoa, what? Wait a minute. So listen, y'all need to pay attention to what you just said now. You mean to tell me if I live in New York in your building and I'm renting from you, right? And
Mhm.
you thinking I'm guaranteed income for you because my rent roll will pay you a residual. But if I say, you know what, you didn't fix the sink, this is broken, or I lost my job, I'm gonna live in that house rent free for a year legally?
Yeah, legally, yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it's tough for landlords now, very tough for them. Part of the reason is New York wants to avoid the homelessness rate. So who has to take the brunt of that? The landlords.
Now that's another a shocking thing, guys. So based on that information, she had a landlord join her in this MWR financial business because she understood that residual income is what she is working for. She's worked for this. She's invested for this to build a
Hmm.
residual income for these rental properties because we was told that real estate is where it's at. Real estate ownership is where it's at, right? And
Hmm.
this woman owns a building, but if people don't pay the rent, who's going to pay her every month for the apartment that she's planning on getting rent from?
And don't forget about the attorney fees,
Oh
you
wow!
know.
Right.
So yeah, there's court costs, attorney fees, all of that is also associated with people not paying you your rent on time. If they're not paying on time,
Mm,
you know, especially if it's a landlord that owns a property where they're counting on that rent roll to pay their mortgage. What happens
wow.
then? You know, yeah, it's hard. It's a lot harder in New York for landlords than it is down south.
Yeah.
But in New York, it's really tough.
So listen up, guys. I call that a clue. We have real estate agents partner with us in MWR Financial. We have landlords partner with us in MWR Financial. Why? Because I know for sure in New York is a tenant state,
Hmm.
meaning the laws are in favor of the tenant. But here in Georgia, the laws is in favor of the landlord. So here in Georgia is a landlord state. Didn't know
Right.
that until I learned about it. Okay. So knowing what I know now, I'm able to impact somebody's life from a realtor to a landlord and show them there's a better way because also inside of the MWR financial platform, we have an option where you can actually report your rents to the credit bureau. So for
Right.
those landlords that will want to get these rents reported to the credit bureau, you can actually partner with MW Financial, partner with Kim, partner with myself or whatever, whoever you see this at, and say, you know what, I want to tap into that rent reporting program so I can put it in play in my buildings. Meaning,
Another thing, not to cut you off, but another cool
no, you
thing
good.
about doing that for a landlord is it's going to incentivize your tenants to pay on time because
Mm,
now it's being reported to the credit bureau. It's not just a transaction between the landlord and the tenant where they're paying a late fee. Now if they're late, it's actually going to affect their credit. So now that tenant is more incentivized to pay on time. So that's another advantage for a landlord to actually allow their tenants to join MWR and put their buildings in the system so rent can be reported.
that's super powerful. I'm telling you, that's super powerful. This is what we're here for. This is why I had to interview this amazing woman because she knows the
Mhm.
ins and out of the real estate world and she understands the power of this program. And that's why she's implementing it with her team and with herself. Because as a realtor, you want to make money in between deals. Is that correct?
Oh God, yeah. Absolutely. Especially with sales. Rentals, you can control that a little more. But with sales, that takes anywhere from 45 to 60 to even 90 days to close from the time you go into contract. So what are you going to do in between there? Especially if you're not in New York. Fortunately for agents in New York, if you do sales, you also have the option to do rentals,
Mhm.
which can, cushion you in between. But if you're down south and you're strictly sales, and you're doing real estate only, there's no other income coming in in between those deals. So, MWR is definitely the answer. It's going to, number one, it's going to increase your pipeline. So you'll always have clients that are going to be working with you. They're going to be using services to get their credit better, to bring in more money with the instant pay raise. And they're going to appreciate you for plugging them into this program. So they're going to be loyal to you. And that also is going to get you referrals. So not only are you getting a guaranteed residual income, you're also getting a loyal client base and a bigger, longer pipeline. So as they're ready to purchase, who do you think they're going to purchase with? They're going to purchase with you.
Now that's powerful, because you just said something that really struck with me. You guys have a lot of people that come to you guys that don't qualify for the homes, don't qualify for the apartments. And so what do you guys do with them? Right?
Well, I know what I do with them now, thanks to MWR.
Right. This is we're solving solutions all around the board. So now that you got this person that can't qualify for the apartment or the house because their credit is bad, their income is not up to par as it needs to be. So if we can help them increase their take-home pay while restoring their credit, wouldn't that help them qualify for more home?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And speaking of home, one of the things that troubles me as a real estate professional is the fact that, with a mortgage, you can get a mortgage, and I'm sure you know this, but you can get a mortgage with as low as a 580 credit score. A 580 credit score gets you approved for a mortgage. I personally have a problem with that. If someone has a 580 credit score, that clearly shows they're not in control of their finances. But the banks are going to give that person here in New York a $500,000, $600,000 debt, and they can't manage the little bit of debt that they have.
Wow.
You're setting them up for failure. So, what I love about MWR is if I'm dealing with someone that's ready to buy and their credit isn't up to par, let's put them in the program. Let them get better control of their finances. So as a real estate professional, yes, I can help you get a home, but now I can make sure that you're going to keep your home. I'm not just selling your home for a short period of time because you're going to lose it due to foreclosure. Now, when I put you in that home, thanks to MWR and our amazing program, you're going to keep your home, because one of the other powerful things that we do is we show people how to pay off their debt in 1/3 of the time, paying the same amount of money that you pay anyway. And that guarantees that person is going to keep that home and create a legacy, be able to pass that on to their children versus losing it and giving it right back to the bank.
You said it all right there. So it's so cool as you're saying that, because the education is what's important, right? We can get you into a home, we can get you to qualify for things, but if you don't change your habits, you'll be right back to where you were before you got the home. And then you'll be in a worse situation because you got a big debt on your hands now that you can't afford to pay off.
And it's on your credit.
And it's on your credit. So the cool thing with MW Financial, what we do on the service side of things is show you how to increase your take-home pay so you can afford more home while restoring your credit. On the opportunity side, we show you how to create residual guaranteed income to where once you unlock these levels here, we have a saying, if you don't make it, we'll pay it. Right? That's how we guarantee the income. Not because saying, oh, you're going to make money no matter what you do. No, when you put in the work here, all we do is share and share what we offer, and we collect a decision. Once that happens, you get guaranteed income. But the cool thing about this is, if you have a month where you've been working hard as a realtor, you just had no chance for you to focus on your business over here at MWR Financial, the company says we're going to look at what you've done. And if you only made a certain amount of money, we'll make sure that we'll pay the rest to make sure that you will make no less than what we guaranteed you will make. And that's powerful, because with that on your side, you can now plan out your life and plan out your month, because no matter what, I'm going to get this amount of money into my bank account, whether I make it or they pay it.
Absolutely. Budget yourself. Now you can actually budget your life a little better. You know that you have this amount coming into your household every single month. And for someone that's on a straight commission income, that is powerful.
And that's what I'm saying. So I love the fact of that. What does that mean for you? Because I know you unlocked the guaranteed income. What has that done for you, and how did that make you feel as a realtor, knowing that you have unlocked guaranteed income here already in such a short amount of time?
Oh man, it's amazing. I was able to do it for myself and my daughter. So yeah, I'm proud to say within 3 months of being a part of MWR Financial, we have an additional $1,200 coming into our household guaranteed every single month. And that's just the beginning,
Woo.
So yeah, that's just the beginning. But the beautiful thing is it's guaranteed, so I can count on that. It might not be a lot to you, but $1,200 guaranteed is a lot for me, and I'm thankful for it. But again, the beautiful thing is this company is brand new. We just launched a little over a month ago. So the sky is the limit, and I plan on empowering as many people as I can, and just introducing everyone to MWR Financial, because this company, this program, it's life changing. It's absolutely life changing.
You know the funny thing about what you just said, $1,200 extra back in your pocket, guys, monthly. Whether you sell a home or rent or rent an apartment out, that $1,200 is going to come in your account every freaking month.
Don't matter.
That's an increase of $14,400
It
a
sure
year.
is. Yeah.
A year, y'all. And she's just getting started. And that's 3 months of her putting
3 months of work. And not even hard work.
We putting smart work in. We working hard smartly over here. Okay. So while she's closing deals and renting out homes, she's also solidifying her guarantee side of it, her true residual income. And this, as a realtor, is valuable to have extra on your side to look at your realtor business, make sure that you are structured properly, right?
Yes.
Make sure structured properly so you can receive the most deductibles from your realtor business, okay? Because you are 99. To ask anything you want to ask, you can ask the experts anything you want to ask them about your business. This is one of them things that you got to say, as a realtor, I need this for myself. As a landlord, I definitely need this for myself, because no matter what, if a tenant don't pay, you don't get paid. There's no way you're going to get money out of a tenant that's not paying you. So real estate is only as good as the people paying you that live in your real estate. Am I wrong by assuming that, Kim?
No, you're 100% correct. 100% correct. So
the true value is the person. The real estate is everybody needs to live in a home, but everybody that's not paying for the home they're living in, right? And so
unfortunately, some people know how to manipulate the system. So that's why in New York it's very, very hard to get an apartment, because a lot of people, again, they know how to get in, and they know the time frame that they can stay there and not pay, and they don't pay. So yes, in order to get approved for an apartment here, your credit has to be good. Your credit has to be good, or you will not get approved. One of the things that annoys me as an agent is I'll talk to someone who they'll reach out to me and say, listen, I want to move. And I explain to them the process. You have to have good credit, and you have to make a certain amount of money in order to get approved for these apartments. I'll introduce them to the program because the credit isn't where it needs to be. They'll say, oh, I'll look at it. I'll get back to you. They never do anything about their credit. And then they call me 3 to 4 months later in the same position where they need to move. And I still can't help them because they haven't done anything. So they end up then jumping in the program, but now stressed out because I need it done in 30 days. Listen, you reached out to me a couple of months ago and I told you about this program and you didn't move on it. So, don't wait until the foot is on your neck to do what you need to do. Credit, we're just talking about credit as far as real estate, but it's so much bigger than that. I mean, this program is so much bigger than credit alone. But in relation to your credit, don't wait until you need good credit. You should just have it. It affects everything that you do. It affects your interest rate for the credit cards that you have. It affects your car insurance. It affects you potentially getting jobs, and it definitely will affect you moving and purchasing a home.
Wow. So you guys heard it from the realtor herself, Miss Kimberly Powe out of New York, the hardest state to go and close real estate deals at, okay? So you gotta understand that she's telling you the truth. You want to listen up to somebody who's doing it, who's living it. Now, here's a cool thing. I'm gonna give y'all a little treat, and then we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna show you guys as you guys get the services. So, like I said, if you want to know more about what we're talking about, which is MWR Financial Edge Services, you want to go ahead and reach out to Kimberly Powe, inbox her info, and she'll get back.
POWE.
POWE. All right, Kimberly
That's right.
Powe. POWE. You want to follow her, inbox her. If you're watching this on her watch party, you want to get with her. If you're watching on somebody else's watch party, you want to get back with them and let them know I want more information about this MWR Financial Edge program. Okay, if you see it on YouTube or anywhere else, get with the person that you're seeing it from, because I promise you, this information that you're gonna have access to is bar none. And I'm gonna just show you a little bit of what it looks like to when you get in the program. We're going to show you exactly what you need to be doing. So know that we have you have people that's going to show you the right way, period. So let me show you something real quick, and then we're going to get out of here. All right, so y'all see my screen, right? Let's go here. So this is when you join the MWR Financial as a customer, you get access to all these core services where the experts do it for you. Right now, once you've done your Money Max, which allows you to actually increase your take-home pay, that the experts doing that for you, you move over to Credit Max. As you move over to Credit Max and upload your credit profile, they're going to take over and start to do the things that they need to do for your credit. While they're doing that, I want you to scroll down because we have two more powerful services. If you got college debt, any kind of debt, you want to consult with the credit counselor and debt consolidation crew. Okay, you can click there, set an interview up. Okay, you can actually not interview, excuse me. You can set and have them call you and to discuss how they can possibly help you for free. Consultation is free consultation, okay? So this knowledge right here will help you get empowered with information about your life. That's what's already going on in your life, all right? So this is what's so powerful about that. But the one thing I wanted to show y'all once you get these services is to go down here to the actual MWR Legal Self-Help. Because when you click on this, the coolest thing about this, while they're working on your credit, while they're restoring your credit and increasing your take-home pay, as a personal person, you can look over here in legal information and you can learn about your credit, amongst other things. You see all kinds of different categories. This is an education resource to empower you about what you're about to embark on, what you're learning. So let's go down to the credit section, okay, where it says credit, debt collections, identity theft, and fraudulent transfers, right? So here, while you're working on your credit, you can click on credit and you can learn everything about credit, what it is, how you do anything you want to do with credit. So you learn how to maintain your credit, what's the difference between credit cards and debit cards, how to maintain your credit. So you click on how to maintain your credit, right? Tons, over 27 answers you're going to have or categories that they go over about your credit. From the basics to what is the Fair Credit Reporting Act? What's that? All the way down to determining your scores. What lowers your credit score? So all you got people that says, "Well, I had somebody working on my credit, and all of a sudden my credit scores just started dropping." Now you can understand what's really going on with your credit and how to make your credit better. They even give you tips on what you need to do to make your credit better. This is the kind of stuff that you get all for the same service, all included with the program. Okay, so you find out more about that. You want to get back with the people that are sharing the video with you and let them know that you want to know more about this information. And most importantly, you want in, period. Okay, so that's basically what I wanted to show y'all about this, about what we got going on here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and drop this down and get back to this. But guys, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning on. Kim, any last words you want to share with the people about MWR Financial and the power of this membership and the power of this business? Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Let me bring her back up. Okay, Kim. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Hold on.
Oh.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I just want to say, you cannot go wrong with this membership. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. It's also the same
price. I think we lost her 1 second. She's coming back.
Uh-oh. I'm just running my mouth and you can't hear me.
This is pretty powerful, guys. I'm telling you, this is pretty powerful. So I don't know what happened to Kim. Let me see if I bring her back up.
Can you hear me?
We may have lost Kim, but here what I'm going to say, guys. Like Kim was alluding to, you cannot go wrong with this financial edge service. If you're doing anything in your finances, you want to have access to experts to make sure that you are on track and don't owe any money to anyone, and make sure that you are saving, protecting, and growing your money and your financial blueprint. So, like I said, get back with the person that shared this video with you. We appreciate you to tuning in to Trill Talk with Jeff Trills tonight with Miss Kimberly Powe. And remember, be great because you simply are great. And we'll catch you in the next show. Take it easy. Peace.